1 billion will be received by 5 zodiac signs from May 1st. Attention! From May 1st, an event will begin that will change everything for 5 zodiac signs. The amount we are talking about is not abstract. This is a real billion. Yes, a billion that will be attracted to those who will be in their position at the right time. You may not believe in astrology, but May is not an ordinary month. This is the launch point. Streams of money, unexpected opportunities, large-scale wins, favors that they say, lucky for life. And if you are watching this video, you're already close. Watch to the end, because each of the 5 signs will receive not only a chance, but also specific tips on how not to miss the moment. Do not scroll past your destiny. And now, interactive. Write in the comments your sign and how long you have been waiting for changes. Who knows, maybe your message will be the beginning of a new path. Subscribe to the channel right now if you want to know when the big money comes, what periods activate financial flows, and who is really lucky. Here you will always find out first. Ready? Then listen carefully. From May 1st, the big game begins. And the bets have already been made. The first sign is Gemini. From May 1st, a corridor opens for Gemini that many will not even notice, but this sign will catch the vibrations in it that lead to a billion. Money will not fall from the sky. It will begin to materialize from information. Every word, every idea, every fleeting insight, all this will become part of the mosaic that will form the path to enormous wealth. The representative of this sign has long felt, something is coming. Tension was accumulating inside, like before a storm. And now the storm is coming, but this is a storm bringing a golden rain. A billion will not appear suddenly. It will become a logical continuation of the surge that will begin in the first days of the month. A call, an offer, a conversation, a chance meeting are possible, which, like a match, will set fire to a chain of reactions. What used to be an idea, for later, will suddenly become relevant. Everything that seemed stupid, strange or, not now, will suddenly acquire meaning and weight. And Gemini will feel it. They will understand, the time has come. Don't put it off, don't sleep on the idea, but act. It is flexibility, multitasking, and reaction speed that will make them the chosen ones of the flow. They will be able to be in the right place at the right time. They will understand who among those around them is their springboard and who is ballast. Everything will happen quickly. Monetary energy will begin to spin at a breakneck speed, and it is important not to slow down. Everything related to communication, business, connections, media, education will turn into a channel for profit. The main thing is not to underestimate the scale. Geminis can try to think in familiar categories, but May will not forgive this. The scale is important here. A billion is not a sum, it is a vibration. And whoever catches it has no right to think small. There may be a temptation to sell the idea cheaply. It is important to refuse. Because real money will start coming only when Geminis allow themselves to think like an architect of huge systems. And it will be unusual, but exciting. They will have to speak, write, negotiate, make presentations. Their voice will become a magnet. Their ideas, a virus. Their energy, a beacon to which investors, partners, sponsors will be drawn. From May 1st, Gemini enters a corridor where there are no limits. They have only one thing left, not to doubt. Because doubt is more expensive than a mistake, and time is worth a billion. The second sign is Leo. May enters Leo's life like applause shaking the hall to the ceiling. The world stands before him and says, "You deserve it. The time has come. Everything that was built, nurtured, restrained, must now take off." And it will take off. Because Leo is ready. He feels how power is concentrated in his hands, and in his gaze, a magnet that attracts finances. From May 1st, a portal opens through which he can go only once. And behind this portal is a billion. Not figuratively, not symbolically, but literally. Money that you can't joke with. Money that changes reality. This period will be the beginning of a completely different life. Leo will no longer live in anticipation. He will dictate scenarios, conditions, rules. Money will go where there is style, authority, influence. And if Leo shows them openly, he will become the center. He is the center. This is his nature, but before it was internal. Now it will become material. Through business, through a platform, through a project, through a deal, through an inheritance, through a high-profile partnership, money will find him. Every word of his will be read as a decree. Every action of his will become a signal. They will start copying him, repeating him, inviting him, asking him. He will become a trend. And you can make millions on this trend. But $1 billion is more. This requires scale. And Leo has it. If he allows himself to go beyond the usual, everything will shift. Perhaps he has been postponing the launch of a large business for a long time. Perhaps he doubted the investments. Perhaps he waited, but now time is running out. May is the month of a breakthrough. The moment when reality will be pliable, like metal that will bend under his hand. No modesty, no caution, only the energy of a king. Only action, only confidence. Leo cannot lose if he follows the call of fate. And from May 1st, fate will speak to him loudly. Everything that did not work out before will start to happen easily. People will come with ideas, with proposals, with money. You just need to choose where to invest, where to sign, where to say, this is mine. $1 billion is not an accident. It is an answer to years of faith, to willpower, to preserve dignity. May will show everything. May will give everything, but only to those who do not take their eyes off their goal. And Leo will not take their eyes off. The third sign of Pisces. From May 1st, Pisces will enter a state that is difficult to describe in words. Everything will begin to flow differently. The world will become like water, pliable, sensual, alive. And it is in this water that there is gold. No, not small coins, but a whole underwater treasure trove. And the key to it is in the state of Pisces, in the way they think, feel, create. Their main strength is not in actions, but in the flow. And from May, this flow will begin to bring them money. Big, enormous, mythical. $1 billion is not an accident. It is the crystallization of the energy that Pisces have carried within themselves all their lives. They know how to dream so that dreams become worlds. They know how to feel so deeply that they attract the right people without words. And now all their qualities, emotional, creative, mystical, will become assets. The $1 billion will come through inspiration, through music, cinema, writing, painting, meditation, spiritual practices, esotericism, psychotherapy, coaching. Everything where depth is needed. Everything where a soul is needed. Everything where they are the best. At first, money will be felt as a premonition. Dreams, symbols, coincidences. Then people will start coming. Not all will be obvious. Someone strange, someone frivolous at first glance. But it is he who will be connected with something bigger. Pisces will have to trust their intuition. They will not see everything at once. Money will not appear in a suitcase on the doorstep. It will manifest itself in layers. Through a series of events. Through yes and no. Through choice. Through freedom from the old. $1 billion is not just a sum. It is a responsibility, and Pisces will be able to bear it. They are soft, but deep. And in May they will feel for the first time. You can be strong and gentle at the same time. This is their era. The era of water, images, feelings, subtle energies. Right now the world will start paying those who bring light, and not just structure. The main thing is not to be afraid. Not to hide, not to retreat into loneliness. The world needs their word, their art, their energy, and the world will pay. From May 1st the flow begins, and Pisces in it are like a mermaid in her native element. Where others drown, they emerge with pearls. And now, with $1 billion. The fourth sign is Aries. From the first day of May, not just luck will begin to descend on the representative of this sign, but a financial transformation on a scale that only a strong heart can withstand. 1 billion is not an advance from fate, it is a reward for fearlessness, straightforwardness and the ability to break through, even if the road has not yet been built. Aries is not one of those who wait, and it is now that this quality becomes a magnet for huge amounts of money. The first push will begin with a business proposal, perhaps with an unexpected call, letter or meeting that will seem insignificant. But it is important for the representative of the sign to grasp. At this moment a money gateway opens. And behind it are people with opportunities, ideas with capital, situations in which investment is not a risk but a golden chance. This will be either the start of a new business, or a large-scale partnership, or an instant buyout of a previously unappreciated resource. The key is to decide. Aries will not have to beg, prove, or convince. Everything will start to work out on its own if he does not slow down the impulse. An inner voice will tell him what to bet on, and as soon as a decision is made, an avalanche begins. One project takes off and pulls a chain of successes behind it. His name is heard, people start referring to him, his ideas are copied. But he is the bearer of the original source, and therefore, the main recipient of wealth. 1 billion comes through speed, audacity and intuitive precision. Someone will invest in him as a brand. Someone will buy his share, someone will pay off debts, even unsolicited. And at this moment he will understand, the universe has always been on his side. It was just waiting for him to mature and take responsibility for the scale. May is a month when you can't be afraid of big decisions. Aries should act as if he already has everything. Self-confidence will become not just a defense, but a shield that will repel any doubts. And behind him is wealth, which will become not only material, but also an energy source for new breakthroughs. And when he sees a sum with 9 zeros on the screen, he will not be surprised. He knew, he felt, he waited, and now he has received it. The fifth sign is Scorpio. From May 1st, a wave of financial power will hit the representative of this sign, which will be impossible to explain with logic, forecasts or calculations. It will be like a revelation. 1 billion is not a metaphor. It is energy condensed into currency. It is compensation for years of internal transformation, for the ability to see what is hidden and feel where others only think. Scorpio does not ask, he takes. But only when the sign comes. And this sign is now. The beginning of May will be marked not by an event, but by a feeling. As if the air will become denser, the eyes clearer, the heart calmer. And at this moment, Scorpio will understand, the moment has come. The financial breakthrough will begin with the receipt of information, insider, closed, unexpected. This may be a touch of an old contact, a forgotten asset, an opportunity to invest where everyone is afraid. But he is not afraid. He can feel when the bottom is an illusion, and it is thanks to this courage that he enters a project that in just a few weeks brings in cosmic profits. He will see what others miss. He will sense where big capital is moving, who is looking for a connection, where the system needs a leader with a predatory instinct. And then all the cards come together, influential connections, infallible decisions, non-trivial actions that lead to one thing: 1 billion is within reach. And no one dares to doubt his right to do this. Scorpio is able to control the energy of money, like a magician controls the elements. He knows how to not only receive, but also save, increase, use with cold calculation and invisible passion. People around him will start talking about him as a shadow king. His name will sound at meetings where deals with zeros on 10-digit checks are discussed. And he himself is not a media hero, not a player, but a strategist. The biggest chance will come from an unexpected source. Someone will offer to buy out a share, someone will offer investments in his name, someone will open a fund or a large-scale partnership. And if Scorpio does not turn away from this, everything will work out. And when the money starts coming in, he will be ready. His power is in silence and precision. And when the amount appears in the account, he will not celebrate. He will simply begin the next stage of his game, already in the status of a billionaire.